So, I'm using this an example of a good woman to prove my point because, you know, I'm married to one, so I understand that the amount of effort I put into my marriage is typically the amount of energy that I get back. But you can't just be a good husband one day out of the week and you expect that one day to carry over throughout the entire week. Like, nah, you gotta be consistent. If you do dishes one day, do it again tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day. Some people hate like little tasks like washing dishes. Don't get me wrong, it's not fun, but that starts to you being consistent. That stuff starts to really make someone who's living with you start to trust in you a lot more in that particular area. The cleanliness of my house is all because of my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister. They're just so consistent at what they do. And then when other people try to do what you do, like when you're not doing it, they be like, yo, I didn't really appreciate this. I didn't appreciate this, but now I get it. Like, yo, this is it's a lot harder than I thought. Right? Like, when you're consistent at things, when other people try to do what you do, they start to realize like, oh, this different. Thanks for tuning in to my gaming podcast, Gems in Gaming, where I play various games and tell different stories about my life, experiences, wisdom, anything to help inspire and encourage others. You were born with the ability to change someone's life, and you should never waste it. If you enjoy, please like, comment, or subscribe. Yo, what's going on, y'all? So, I'm feeling good today. Been working on our business at Pitch Play Co. Definitely go check it out. We are implementing a new system with our coaching process, so that's super exciting. It's going to be far more gamified, released fairly soon, today or tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. But as I was, ready to take a break and just doing some thinking on like some things that I teach clients and stuff like that, this one really stuck to me about, or stuck with me and triggered me to make a video today, which I should do anyway because the topic is the power of consistency or the art of consistency. Let's do that. Let's talk about the art, because the power is there too. But sometimes when you're inconsistent, that's powerful as well, right? In a different way, but extremely powerful. I don't know if y'all know much about the bamboo tree. The whole point of the how to grow a bamboo tree is the fact that you have to plant a seed, and after you plant that seed, you have to water it daily. And even when you water it daily, you won't really see any growth for about 5 years. For about 5 years, that seed is just taking in all of that water, and from that water, bro, he got annihilated. Alright, this ain't gonna work. It's building like a root system for the most part. And that root system is, going deep into the ground, because a bamboo tree can grow up to 90 feet. And then when it does grow, it grows like an insane amount, like in a very short period of time. It can grow up to like 90 feet in 3 weeks. Yo. They getting wrecked. But if you're only looking at the work that you put in by watering a plant every day and seeing zero results, then you would feel like kind of discouraged a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you would feel like, oh man, I'm putting in all this work and nothing's growing. You know, my hard work isn't paying off, blah, blah, blah. But that's not necessarily true. By being consistent and watering the bamboo seed on a daily basis, you are helping establish the foundation of something great, something strong, something durable, something that can't be easily broken. You know, that's how beneficial being consistent at something. That's how beneficial it is. You know, not everyone is. Oh. Okay. You know, not everyone is always going to have the. I don't want to say this, but not everyone is. I was going to say have the time to be consistent, but that's hilarious. That's so far from the truth. Like, everyone should make an effort at being consistent and finding the time to invest in themselves. You know, I'll say it like this. I had this idea to do career coaching, or I shouldn't say career coaching, but I had this coaching idea that I thought would be like, oh my goodness, oh, protect me, my boy. I thought it'd be like a different way to teach people about parts of business and stuff like that, and I was gonna do it using a gamified manner. I've heard some compliments about that. It's called Explained by a Gamer. Those are the videos that I use to make it more gamified. I heard some compliments about those videos, but I don't blame, like I can't look at that video not blowing up or not being as popular as I thought it was going to be, simply because I haven't been consistently uploading these videos. You know, so when you're not consistent at something, and, you know, I'm not watering the bamboo tree, the bamboo seed, then that's on me, you know, for not being consistent. Is he gonna... I cannot get this dude. Oh well. I haven't been watering the bamboo seed. Oh my god.
Well, off to disappoint my mother again.
That was funny. Yo, so who said this? Hammer goes smooth.
Just makes the comeback all the more.
Is that him? You know, you never want to, bro. You never want to look back on a scenario, on a situation in your life, and go, "Dang, that was a good idea. If only I had went through with that idea." You know, that's never good. You know, regret typically strives from the amount of effort we didn't put in. You know, it's hard to like, you know, be like, man, I really regret this one thing that I did. Or, excuse me, I really regret not putting in the effort at this one thing that I didn't do. And I deserve the rewards from that thing. Like, no. It doesn't work like that. You know, you get what you reap what you sow. You know, plain and simple. So if you're not putting in the work, then you're typically not going to get as much rewards. All right? It's
Watch here.
junk right over here. You know, it's just a law. It's the law of you know, putting in the work on something. Dude, he's in front of you. Nice. You know, it's just it's a principle, you know, and the whole principle basically applies on whatever you put in, that's what you get out. Think of it like you're dating a woman. Whatever you give that woman, she's gonna get back to you. You know, you piss her off, she gonna give you hell. But if you bring her joy, she'll bring you peace. A really good woman. I know it's gonna be somebody that has some use case where they're gonna be like, oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not true. Blah, 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 you know, this one particular example, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm sure you can find that one example. But I'm sure you can find many examples as to where that is the case. Because I've seen it. I'm a beneficiary of a really, really good woman. Uh-oh, she's cooked. Oh my goodness. I'm struggling, y'all. Hold on. I can't believe we survived that. That was pretty good. So, you know, I'm using this an example of a good woman to prove my point because, you know, I'm married to one, so I understand that the amount of effort I put into my marriage is typically the amount of energy that I get back. But you can't just be a good husband one day out of the week and expect, you know, you expect that one day to carry over throughout the entire week. Like, nah, you gotta be consistent. You know, if you do dishes one day, do it again tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day. And, you know, some people hate like little tasks like washing dishes. Don't get me wrong, it's not fun, but that starts to, you being consistent, that stuff starts to really make someone who's living with you start to trust in you a lot more in that particular area. You know, the cleanliness of my house is all because of my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister. They're just so consistent at what they do. And then when other people try to do what you do, like when you're not doing it, they be like, yo, I didn't really appreciate this. I didn't appreciate this, but now I get it. Like, yo, this is it's a lot harder than I thought, right? Like, when you're consistent at things, when other people try to do what you do, they start to realize, like, oh, this different. Like, for example, scoring in a NBA game. Let's just say it like that.
How's it going?
Scoring in an NBA game is like a huge accomplishment. But no one ever like appreciates that one person that scores once. You know, that person that scores often, that scorer that does it plenty of times, that person is appreciated more because they do it consistently. You know, I had to really learn that about basketball, because I could score flashy, you know, and I can do certain things, but, you know, I do it to the point where everyone's like, oh my God, that was an amazing play. As though, like, you know, that was great. But until you do it multiple times, it's not as, like, appreciated or as respected. It's just like, oh, that was a great thing that this guy did once. That was so cool that you did that thing one time. You know, that's how people look at people who do cool stuff. But nice. That's how, you know, people look when. That's how people look at you when you do something great one time. They go, congrats, good job, you did that thing that one time. That's really awesome that you did that. If you do it again, over and over and over, to the point where it starts to look normal to people, you've then reached a new level. Like, don't just do something impressive once. If you did it once, you can do it again. And I think that's the art of consistency. Get better. I'm not sure what he's talking about. But French toast. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the you know, that's the art of consistency. It's like when you can do it one time, that's fantastic. Do it again. Keep doing it. Keep going. Like, you never know who's watching you, bruh. That's like you never know who's watching you. You never know who's like, yo, like you killing the game, you know? Like, how do you do that? And then they keep watching you go more and more and more. They keep watching you water that bamboo seed, and the next thing you know, they staring at this 90-foot bamboo tree thinking to themselves like, bro, how did you do that? And then the only answer that you'll have is fairly simple. It's just like, I was consistent.